And this is a two-part question. Do you support the use of public funds to finance private schools, which would include religious-based schools, by the use of vouchers, tax reduction for parents or donors, or other methods of public financial support for private schools? Do you support establishing additional private charter schools in the Alexandria School District? And this is a why or why not question. Not yes or no.
I haven't seen a voucher program, what it's oftentimes called when you're using public funds to support private schools, that has always seemed like it works out great. But I do know places like Wisconsin have more of a voucher program where public dollars are used in private settings. And I think it's a good thing, because really the intent of our state to have education so that we have informed citizens who can make healthy choices and grow up to be contributing members of society. It's a valuable to support education in more than one way. So it's not an easy answer, because different states have different ways to set up, and I don't think even the way that our state supports public school funding is different than other states. So how that would work and when is a more in-depth legislative issue, but I am open to that, because I think the end goal of having well-educated students is the priority. Secondly, we don't have any private charter schools in our community that I'm aware of. Referring to Callan Prep Academy, it's a public charter school, so it is supported by public dollars because it's a public school. And I think that's a great thing for our community, having options for students and parents to choose and find the best place for their child is very important, at any age. And private schools in our community are also important and should be well cared for. And we've had a history within our district of our public schools being supportive of the private schools that were here. They may all up to come use their facilities or be involved with certain classrooms, and I think that's been great. And I'd like to see that continue in the way of that our community supports each other, because we need kids to be well educated.
So I got the public funding for the private schools. What was this?
The question relates to the understanding of the, no, that's the wrong question. Do you support the use of public funds to finance private schools, which would include religious-based schools, by the use of vouchers, tax reduction for parents or donors, and other methods of public financial support for private schools? And the secondary question to that, which was clarified, do you support establishing additional charter schools in the Alexandria School District?
Sure. Our school district already does support the private schools. For special education, we fund special education for the private, well, I know for St. Mary's. I don't know if you'd consider it a voucher or a reduction. I don't think that would be the appropriate verbiage for that. I guess, would I support public funding for a student to attend a private school? I'd say no. If they want to attend a different school, that's up to their family, and that's a decision that they can make. We can support that 100%. I've got friends who teach at St. Mary's. They love it, and I'm happy for them. We have friends whose kids go to there. They love it. That's awesome. Let's support that. The next question regarding privately funded charter schools.
Well, we clarified that we're talking about public charter schools,
Yep.
not private.
Again, there's 14 banks in town. Competition is a way of life. There are certain responses that the school district received when Callan was opened up and certain students couldn't come back and play sports, for example. Well, that's the decision they and their family have made to go to a different school. And if that's one of the, I hate to use the word consequence, that's too harsh, but if that's one of the I wouldn't say consequences, is that if you choose to go to a different school, you're not able to come back and play sports or other activities here in the district. And the families and the students need to know that before they make the decision.